My amazing Pisces, welcome into your mid-February 2025 money and career tarot reading. Two things before we begin. On one note, I do want to apologize if the sound quality of this video is just not, up there. I did forget my microphone at my apartment, and we're a bit away from there, so I just didn't feel like going back. But on another note, I do want to apologize for being a bit late getting this out to you. Better later than never, I get. But do keep in mind with that said, and mentioned that it is meant to pertain to the remainder of February, naturally, regardless of when you tune into this. But it definitely could be speaking upon and pertain to some time before the posting of this video, okay? For again, I am a bit late. To begin for Pisces, mid-February. For Pisces, that doesn't feel right, didn't want to come out. For Pisces, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so it feels like these two are combining together as I kind of shuffle them up a bit. The remainder of February is a time where you can't help but feel ultra passionate in regards to work matters. I love how the light is shining at an angle on this Knight of Wands, right? As I find there is a beaming light shining down upon you and your accomplishments, your achievements. Yeah, your workload is what I'm hearing, as it is a period where you're utilizing your passion more than ever to your advantage. As I also feel it's a sort of on the go, busy kind of, I heard busybody and busy bee sort of time for you, where you're wanting to get more done than you have recently. You're maybe wanting to get done more than you can, or you should, or both. So just take a deep breath and recognize that everything will be achieved when and how it's meant to. It's just a fact. But I feel like I'm being drawn to the tree back here. There's a very tall and proud, secure way about you. There's a confidence playing into your work achievements, into how you're carrying yourself, how you're connecting with people. I really find that you are thinking about the future of your career and asking yourself, will I actually rise to the top and exceed my potential within this company or this field? Will I actually be able to take this business to the furthest extent, levels of success, and become financially successful like I know I'm meant to be? You know what I mean? Will I actually be supported in the ways that I know I'm meant to be supported? Some of these questions and contemplating, even analyzing, observing, taking place to prepare to, or maybe figure out if you should make a change for the future. But I wouldn't be surprised if you were simply finding that as you put in the work and you water this net of importance, things work out for you more than ever. Just because you can succeed in a job, just because you're used to it, just because you are used to and needing that expected money flowing in, doesn't mean it necessarily has a secure, long-lasting place along your path within your future, right? What's temporary is meant to be temporary. Please remember that. You may be someone like myself where you're working a job and you know it's temporary. I simply am not going to be a server for the rest of my life. That is not realistic, first of all. And I just simply know that this business is meant to take off in the future. Anyways, but I do find that you are, as they're showing somebody with, not an axe, a pick, thank you. Is that what it's called? As the cards go flying, that was the Chariot card. I do feel as if there is sort of a plugging away, getting things done, making things happen sort of energy about you, as Spirit works with the wind and says the motivation is alive. You're finding that this is going to be a time where the potential winds of change, maybe even the recent change and one of not multiple aspects of your money and career life is taking a highlight, right? I'm getting specifically something changed within the work situation recently. How is this affecting you, for the better and or for the worse? You're maybe thinking about, I want this person to either cut it out, maybe they're trying to change things for the worse, or just trying to change things to become more corporate, more uptight, more overly serious. Oh my God, if that's the case, I could totally relate. And you're maybe not somebody to typically say, I don't want this person to work here anymore. Maybe you have a couple times in the past or whatever. Again, I can relate, but it's this feeling of, if they're going to continue this, then I don't want them to be here anymore. Even if it's, you are going somewhere else within the same company. You know what I mean? Things don't need to be changed if they're not broken. You know what I mean? There's autonomy being given to you at certain points where it almost feels like there may be an authority figure that doesn't feel you should have as much of, which I don't like that person right off the bat. But the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups, you may be thinking about what's not meant for you and easily utilizing that sword in that Queen of Swords energy to cut it out, right? Or think about cutting it out in the future. But there are moments where you're simply not feeling in the mood to deal with this and that at work, or maybe at home, or when running your business. You know, maybe it's a customer or two, right? That's customer service for you. But it could be in regards to spiritual activity, energy affecting you, the way people are living and or working. And they're saying, put the sword away. Okay, don't be gaining or hopping into that sort of feisty energy. But let's move on. I have to put them back in the deck because the wind is just gonna fly the cards away. Anyways, the Ten of Cups coming out because they're asking you what makes you happy in regards to work. That is absolutely something to consider, or something to utilize more so if you feel or know this is a continuing situation. Some of which maybe need to make a side hustle, a hobby even, potentially an actual money-making situation. And that could go from very part-time while maintaining something else that helps you make money and succeed, to then becoming more full-time, and then it starts to blow up and take off and maybe become a solid business for you. You know what I mean? I'm hearing handcrafted, but it could as well be more hands utilizing, that's hands-on, but it could as well be you speaking a lot like myself. It's going to be exhausting, just a heads up. But I do feel like there's maybe energy work for some, maybe spiritual work or both, that is part of this time period where people are observing you maybe a little bit too much. There's a reasoning to it all, okay? And I also feel like for some, there's a message of people will reap what they sow, okay? Karma will play out, justice will play out. But they're wanting you to envision the best. Now, this could be one specific situation this applies to, but it could be multiple. How successful do you wish to see yourself, and what does that look like for you? That would make you extremely happy. How much money would you find would make you happy? Screw people saying money doesn't bring you happiness. It absolutely can, okay? I'm not saying it's everything that will bring you happiness, but typically people with more than enough will say that. But I do feel as if you will as well, for some, be pushed to think about a home situation. Where will this be? What will this look like potentially? Maybe there are multiple potential options that you're being pushed to envision, consider, maybe look into in a specific area or two, and envision it, manifest it. Why would you want to stick with something that doesn't bring you ultimate happiness or doesn't feel like enough or everything for you? Because you deserve the best, period. And I find that this time reminds you of that. If you're working a job, going back to that rainbow, and you're not the happiest version of yourself, or you were, and then it changes for one of multiple reasons, what makes you happy? How do you get back to that state of being blissful, enjoying yourself? Moving right along to the Page of Wands, there may be good news coming through. Could be in regards to a new situation, but it could be in regards to the continuation or the changing of something you already have within your life. But I do find that Spirit's saying, okay, for somebody you're getting approved for a loan or gaining a pay raise for your long standing within a company. But I do feel as if you're going to be as well, going back to that Knight of Wands, experiencing new passion. And I don't find there being a shortage of this. It's all about how you utilize it. It's all about what you do with it. But the Ace of Pentacles, because this is a time of new money, this is a time of new awarding is what I'm getting, is a time to receive new chances to succeed. Let's just put it that way. All right, there's new growth. there's maybe a new investment for some taking a highlight or actually being sparked at this time, or maybe shortly after, like say the beginning stages of March. But I really find that this is a time where you're feeling very much in this successful receiving energy, as the remainder of February, maybe even again before, a bit before this reading is posted, is feeling like, again, more of a successful, victorious period for you, but a time where things are working out more for your Pisces self, okay? So if this was truly helpful, I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Pisces.